Hey everyone. So I got creative. I had made a gist of important information that I got from Reddit and Justice for Clayton Wikipedia. That's pretty helpful. So whoever does that, good job. So I thought I would make it easier for anyone new to the case because I'm dyslexic and it's kind of hard to understand stuff sometimes, especially if it's big words or broken down, kind of confusing. So, this is what happens at the very beginning, at least, and I have it going through the months, which is kind of cool. So, Clayton gets his real estate license in May, and about a month later, Jane Doe decides, hey, I'm gonna get my LLC in rental homes, an investment. So she's like, yeah, that's awesome. Gets her LLC. It takes a while to get. I have a genealogy business as well. I don't do it a lot, but I have it. And then she decides after a month, because that's how long it might take roughly, she contacts him and says, hey, I want to buy these two places. I want to invest in the property. So he says, okay, and he's really excited. It's his first time ever doing one since he got his license. So it's like a big deal. And then he realized she's not taking it seriously. There was some signs. I can't exactly say what it was, maybe a gut feeling, but so he didn't submit the two offers. And then eventually told her that he didn't. So she files a complaint to the Arizona Real Estate Department. And then I want to say a little after that, near the end of the month, for some reason they meet up, take gummies, and she gave him a blowjob twice. That's an important fact for upcoming information. And so the next day he was like, why did I do this? I shouldn't have done that. That's not professional. And he's like, okay, I'm sorry. I should have done that. What? I can get you a different agent, whatever you need. She's like, no, it's not going to happen. So then about 11 days later, June 1st, she says something pretty interesting in an email. Hey, I'm pregnant. Yeah, I'm pregnant. Hey, look at me. Clayton denies. There's lots of texts. I'm trying to give the shortest version all of this. I can give bigger versions if you're asking me to, but it's a lot easier right now. Short version. And then eventually Clayton's like, fine. Let's see if you're actually pregnant. So he buys her pregnancy test. She takes it, goes into the bathroom. Big thing we did not see. That doesn't mean, but HCG is very easy to test. You can even buy it online. So, and then this one, the Iceland story with a prior victim. So that's a whole other thing. It comes out. So then she sends a fake ultrasound to, I believe it is Clayton, because he's just not believing that she's pregnant. He's like, this is bullshit. How does a baby come from a blowjob? It just doesn't. At least in this case, for sure. So far. And she sends this ultrasound. And then she also invites Clayton's parents to an ultrasound. They obviously don't go, but it's a little odd, I guess. So he just, after all that, he's like, I'm not interested. Just not interested, dude. So, but she doesn't have a stop button. There's not a stop button for her. Maybe for some of us, but not for her at this point. I think, and obviously there is prior victims, so it's just her thing, I guess. But so she, like, hey, I'm pregnant with twins. I want to establish family court. He's like, no. I'm not doing that. Which is the funniest part. And then, so... Okay, yeah, there's just a lot of... She acts out in a couple ways, at least. One, she emails the Suicide Hope Conference, because he is a public speaker for mental health. And because of what she said to them, he got removed as the speaker, which he lost money, an opportunity for his career. And then, since he has her blocked, of course, why wouldn't he? She's bothering him incessantly for what? And so she gets her lawyer to send 2 motion to communicates, trying to force him to communicate about the twins over and over. One, she threatens it. No, yeah, she does one August 8th, it says. The dates are confusing. August 8th, and then August 29th is the second one. She threatens it a little bit after. It's just... That's a lot of money. Like, you could buy so many things. So many coffees. And so that's what led to where I found out, kinda. Where the Jane Doe goes to the Sun and posts an anonymous article about it. That's where I found out. But in September, this is gonna sound weird. She emails a New York Post and a couple other places. Yeah. New York Post and Reddit specifically about him being the father, trying to drop hints and telling basically articles like, hey, I'm pregnant with Clayton Echard's twins. Pay attention to me. Because he just kept ignoring her over and over and over. I know this is a lot, but... Then, she tries to go to, like, the court and be like, hey, the media has a lot of interest in me. Can we get these sealed so no one can see them? But she's made them fully public on her own. It doesn't make any sense. And the great next thing is that Clayton gets cleared with the real estate agent department. They clear him, so he's okay, which is good news. And we find out about the twins. That's where Dave Neal and everyone else found out. And then she proceeds to post her... She posts on her, like, a Reddit about, I'm the anonymous woman. I'm the anonymous woman. And she puts her public Dropbox and some texts, emails, and, like, photos. There's an ultrasound that's put there, I think, as well. I can't remember at this moment. And then, so because of all this, Clayton's like, okay, Jane Doe's like, you're the dad. I have not slept with anybody else. So he's like, fine, I'll take a paternity test. And so he does, and we don't know the results yet at this point. And this is just a weird fun fact. She's 3 months pregnant with twins, and she's going to a horse jumping competition with a tiny belly. So consider that into effect. I'm going to stop after October, and then I will continue and give the rest of what's happened in the shortest version, because I don't think y'all want to listen to like 15, 20 minutes of me talking. So, I know, with my ADHD, it's like, okay, I get it. So, then in October, the test results come back. Taking little to no DNA, which is weird considering little to no fetal DNA. So then Clayton's like, oh, hell yeah. And so he makes this giant video on Instagram. He's like, I'm not the father, motherfucker. But not really. Something along those lines. And so then Jane Doe gets mad. She's like, oh, you don't believe me. Even though he has never believed her the whole time, which is the funniest part. So then she sends Clayton an ultrasound. It's actually doctored. It's fake. But that's the interesting part. So then Clayton also says that he tried to get proof earlier. He's like, hey, I want verification that this is real, that this ultrasound is real. Can you call your office? Can you verify it in some way? She refuses. Straight up refuses. And then Jane Doe files an order of protection against Clayton. And I think she gets it. She gets it. But I don't know. I think it's later. And then Reality Steve is sent a sonogram. I believe it was Reality Steve that got sent to Dave. It was later discovered it was fake. So she claimed it was hers. So that's interesting. And then Jane Doe also tries to get a restraining order on Dave, even though they've never met before. So that is 13 minutes of from start to October. We got from November to now to cover next. So, yay! I'll see y'all later. Night.